Welcome all for the happy learning on data structures and algorithm. Today we are discussing about the third module. Under third module we are discussing the third session, which is about linked list types. We all know what is linked list. Linked list is nothing but collection of nodes. We have number of nodes here connected through a link which is forming a network, and we classify this into three categories. Type list can be classified into three categories. The first is singly linked list, doubly linked list, and circularly linked list. So we classify the linked list into three categories, which is singly linked list, doubly linked list, and the circularly linked list. Singly linked list, as we have already seen in the introduction to linked list, we have two nodes. Each and every node has two fields. One field for data and the other field which is holding a pointer which indicates the address of the next node, and we have already discussed what are all the operations we have in the singly linked list in the previous session. Now we'll go with the doubly linked list. We'll see what is the difference we have between the singly linked list and the doubly linked list. In the singly linked list, we have each and every node has two fields. One for data, the other one for the address of the next element. Here in doubly linked list, we have the same thing. Apart from that, we have one more link which is indicating the address of the previous node. So here in each and every node consists of three fields, whereas in a singly linked list, we have two fields, one for data and the other for the pointer which is having the forward link, that is, which is indicating the address of the next element. Whereas in the doubly linked list, we have the same thing. Apart from that, we have even one more field which is indicating the address of the previous element. We have three nodes here. See, previous, data, and the next. Previous specifies the address of the previous element, and the next specifies the address of the next element. This is what the doubly linked list is. Okay, we have three fields here. One first field indicating the address of the previous node, second field for a data, that is element, and the third field which is representing the forward link. Can we represent this as backward? We specify this as backward link and a forward link, and backward link will be referring the previous element's address, whereas the forward link will be specifying the address of the next element. Okay, here is an example for a doubly linked list. We have three nodes here. Link 1, that is the backward link, address of the previous node. Then we have data and the forward link which is specifying the address of the next node. We will see the structure definition for this. Again, we are using a structure to define the link, and we are going to specify three fields here. So one field we are going to include here along with the singly linked list. Okay, position of the previous element, then the element type, and the position of the next. Whereas in the singly linked list, we have the element type and the position next. Here in doubly linked list, since we have three fields, we are introducing one more field for a position of a previous element. Now we will see what all the operations we have in the doubly linked list. And the first one, we are checking here whether the doubly linked list is empty or what. Okay, to check that, when do we know, when do we say that a list is empty? When we don't have any element in the node, then we say that the list is empty. Now we are checking that condition. So int is the data type, and the function what we are performing is to check whether it is empty or what under the list L. In the list L, we are checking whether the list is empty or what. So we have coded as int is empty in the list L if L of next is equal to null. Same thing, if it doesn't have the next node. Okay, if the next node is equal to null and the previous node is equal to null, it specifies there is no element in the list, and the linked list is empty. Next, next function we are identifying whether the current position is the last node in the doubly linked list. What we did in the singly linked list, we are checking with the last node, and when the last node is not equal to null, then it specifies, when the last node is equal to null, it specifies it is the last node, else it specifies there is an element, there is a node followed by it. So same condition we are checking here. We are going to check whether it is a last, and we are doing that in the list L, and we are checking the position where the list is, where there is a last element in the list. So first we are starting with the first position. If the P of next is equal to null, so it specifies if that node of next is equal to null, it specifies there is no element followed by it. So it will be returning the position of the current node, else it will be returning 0. This is to check whether the current position in the node in the doubly linked list is at last node or what. See, here is an example for that. We have 5, 10, 15, 20. Suppose we are checking whether 10 is the last node. What we do, what is the position of it? The position of it will be third position, right? So it will be returning third position, and we are checking it. So P of next, whether the 10 of next is equal to null, we are checking it. If it is equal to null, we return 1. Here 10, the next position of 10, it is not equal to null. We have 15 here, so it is not equal to null, so it will be returning 0. So when it is returning 0, it specifies it is not the last node in the list. When it is returning 1, it specifies that it is the last node in the list. Next operation is to find the position of an element in a doubly linked list. We are supposed to find where is the particular element present in a doubly linked list. The operation what you are going to perform here is find. So position, find, where we are doing this in the list L, and we are going to find an element X, and we are specifying the element type, whether it is of integer type or character, whatever it may be, the data type will be specifying in the element type. Then we are declaring position of P and the position of L of next. Okay, the position of the L of next, the position is equal to L of next. In list, we are going to set the for loop to increment and check every node. Okay, to check whether the element is present in every node, we use that, we store that. So we'll start with the first node and we start incrementing that to until the last of the node, while P of P is not equal to null, while the position is not equal to null. What it specifies, there is an element followed by it. We are checking two conditions here, whether the position is not equal to null and the element what you are going to find is not equal to X. So in the first position, when you have the element followed by it, definitely it will not be next pointer will not represent null. So if that condition is true, it specifies there is an element followed by it, and we are checking the element what is present in the node. If that is not equal to X, what is X? X is the element what we are going to find. When it is not equal to element what we are going to find, it has to increment the node. That is why it is P is equal to P of next. Okay, this will be continued until this condition fails. If any one of this case fails, it will be returning the position. Return P is nothing but returning the position where the element is present. We'll see an example for it. We have 4 elements here, 5, 10, 15 and 20, and we are supposed to find 10. Okay, we are going to find the position of 10. Now what we do, first we initialize the list and P will be started with the first node. So we are finding whether, so what is P now? P is 5. We are checking whether the P of next is equal to null. So P is equal to, first is P is equal to L of next. L is the starting node here. So you can find L in the first node. L of next is equal to 5. So you set that in the P. So next what you do, you are checking whether P is not equal to null. Yes, P is not equal to null. You have the P followed by 10. So the next pointer is not equal to null. So the condition is true. And P of X is not equal to X. Yes, condition is true. It is not equal. What is the element value of P here? 5. What is X here? 10. 5 is not equal to 10. So you are incrementing your pointer. So from 5 it is incremented to 10. Now it is checking for the condition. Again it is checking whether 10, the pointer of the 10 is not equal to null. Yes, it is not equal to null because it is followed by 15. Okay, and the condition C, check the condition, element is not equal to x. No, 10 is equal to 10. The condition fails here. So when it conditions fails here, it will be returning P. So what will be the returned here? Position 3 will be returned here. Okay, this is the code for finding the position of element in a doubly linked list. Okay, and we have a code for finding the previous element in a doubly linked list. So what we do in the to find a previous element in the doubly linked list, we traverse through the backward link. Okay, and we check the condition of the backward link. Okay, so for that, what is the operation we perform here? We are going to find the previous element of the data in the particular list. Okay, so the operation is find previous. We are going to do that in the list L, and we are going to find the element. What you are going to find will be X, element type X. Okay, first the position will be initialized to P, and P will be the L. Okay, while P of next is not equal to null and P of next is not equal to X, we will be incrementing. See, this is an example. So 5, 10, 15, 20. What we do is, we wanted to find the 15, previous element of 15. What we do, P is equal to L. Initially, we define P to be L. When P is not equal to next is equal to null. So what is P now? L. We have, it is not equal to null, right? It is followed by 5. So the condition fails here. And P of next of element is equal to X. No, 5 is not equal to X. So what we do, we increment P. So now P is equal to P of next. What we have in 5? In first iteration we will be having 5, and the second iteration will be having 10, and third iteration will be having 15. So when it comes to 15, it will be returning the value of P. So at that time, what will be there and what will be stored in P? 10 will be stored, and by this, when it is returning P, it will be returning the value as 10 there, and this is the coding to find the previous element in the doubly linked list. Now we'll see how to insert an element in doubly linked list. Again, when it comes to insertion, there are 3 cases: insertion at the beginning, insertion at the intermediate list, and insertion at the last. Now we'll see how to insert an element in an intermediate node. Okay, first, what is the function we follow here? What is the function we perform here? Insert is a function, and we are going to insert in a list L and position the place where the element has to be inserted. We specify in the position, and the data element will be specified in X. Okay, first, to insert an element, as usual, we have to create a node, we have to allocate a memory for it, then we have to disconnect the link, and you have to recreate the link. That is the procedure, and we'll see what we create a temp, position temp, then we allocate a memory for that position, and then we are going to store the data, that is the element to be inserted into that temp, and we store that as X. Okay, now what we do, we create 2 links here, one for forward link, the other one for backward link. So temp of next is equal to P of next. Now we are breaking that link and creating a new link. So temp of link will be now the previous node's next, and the previous of next will be the temp. Okay, so previous next will be the temp now after inserting an element. So now the temp of next will be your previous of temp. Now you have created a forward link. Okay, and when P of next is equal to temp and temp of next of previous is equal to temp, you have created the backward link. Now temp of previous is equal to P. Now you have created both the link, forward link and backward link in a doubly linked list. See, here is an example. We have 10, 15, 25, 30, and we are supposed to insert 20. Now what we do, first we create a temp and we store 20 in a temp. Now what we do, 50 will be holding the address of 25. We have to break that, and we have to create a forward link from 50 to 20. Okay, then what we do, we create a forward link. We have 2 forward link here, from 20 to 25, 1 forward link, and from 15 to 20, 1 forward link, and 2 backward link, that is from 25 to 20, 1 backward link, and 20 to 15, 1 backward link. And with that code, we will be creating the 2 links here. Okay, and the next operation in a doubly linked list is deleting an element or removing an element from a doubly linked list. We'll see a code for that. Here, the operation what you are going to perform is delete, and we are going to do that in the list L, and you are going to delete a particular element, that is X. element type specifies the data type of it. So we are going to store the element to be deleted in temp again. So position P of temp. Then what we are going to do, we are going to break both the links, forward link and backward link, and we recreate the link. So now what we do, the temp of P of next will, after disconnecting the link, it becomes previous of next, and the temp of next link will be created. While you compile this code, a forward link will be created and temp of next of previous will be your present node, and this will be creating your backward link, and finally you will be reallocating the memory of temp. That is what free of temp. See the example we have here. Now we are going to delete 15. Okay, while I delete 15, 2 forward links and 2 backward links will be deleted, and I have to link with, I should create 2 forward link and backward link and regenerate a new link. See what happens. I should break the forward link between 10 to 15 and 50 to 25, and I have to create a forward link from 10 to 25. Similarly, I have to break the backward link from 15 to 10 and 25 to 15, and I have to create one backward link from 25 to 10. So while I do that, what happens, 15 is stored in temp. So direct forward link and backward link is created, and I am going to free the temp, so the element in the list will be deleted. This is all about doubly linked list. Thank you all.